What's good, y'all? Back at it. Another episode of Take a Time Out. We're going to keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing out episodes. The next episode that we'll have out is NBA related. So for any of you NBA fans out there after this one, check the content, man. We're going to be keep rolling. So, yeah, we're hopping into we're going to first start off with our Week 5 takes. We're not going to touch on every game, every fan base here. Some of y'all might be left out. But we're going to start with the Thursday night football. What we thought was a poop-fecta game turned out to be the Bears beat the Commanders 40-20. I called this the Dick Butkus game. He died early Thursday, RIP. But the Bears go out and get the dub, which was really cool. And I wanted to highlight their defense. In honor of Dick Butkus, they forced 2 fumbles, had 5 sacks, and the Bears were just making huge play after huge play. It was kind of crazy seeing all these huge plays out of a team that we were getting absolutely nothing out of. So, I mean, it's hard when a team's just getting chunk plays on you like that. So I'm not really – but it is a tough loss for the Coms. I'm not going to downplay it. I mean, you're trying to make the playoffs. This is a must-win. So.
Agreed. Yeah, so my takeaways for this game is Justin Fields did it again 2 weeks in a row. He's actually looked like a really good quarterback. DJ Moore and his connection looks really solid, at least his last couple weeks, with DJ Moore dropping, 3 touchdowns and over 150 yards.
Yep.
Boy had a game, so I don't know. The Bears, I took the Commanders this last week just because I was like, I like Justin Fields, but I could doubt his play for 2 weeks in a row. But, I mean, he did it. So, like you said, though, the Commanders needed to win that game for playoff hopes coming to 0-4 Bears leading into that. So, it was a good game.
Yeah, I don't think any of us expected Justin Fields to come out and play like this again. You know, that's back-to-back weeks that we've seen him be at least look like one of the better quarterbacks in this league. And the game that DJ Moore had was just incredible. 3 touchdowns. He had over 200 yards. In primetime, that's what it's about. That showed a lot of hope for a Bears team that coming into this game, what hope did they really have? Their defense looked good. Sam Howell didn't really look great this game. And they had, Washington had plenty of opportunities to score, and they just couldn't capitalize on anything.
Yeah.
For me, I think this is actually a good turning point for the Bears organization. I think last week prior, we were kind of talking about them like they were going to, pack it in for the season, try to get the top 2 picks. But I actually don't expect it to kind of go down like that. With having Carolina's pick, you're going to, at best, get the first overall pick or possibly the third.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5 for sure. So I think this is a good turning point, and I actually – we'll get into it later. I like them this week against the Vikings, but I think they got a little hope, like Dom said, with the Dick Butkus. So I like the Bears going forward, dropping Chase Claypool. On the Commander side, that secondary is struggling, man. And in a division with the Eagles and the Cowboys, it's going to be tough for them to fight for a wild card position at this point, unless they address some of those key secondary pieces.
Yep. Let's stick with you on the next one, James.
What's that one?
Jags Bills.
Yeah. All right. Yep. So, as you know, I'm a early riser. Had to wake up and see this game. So the Jags beat the Bills 25-20 in London. Huge takeaway from this game is that the Jags defense is legit. Coming into this game, you saw the Bills were kind of jet lagged from coming into London, and the Jaguars were able to acclimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, he's chilling.
But yeah, so Jags started off fast. I remember looking at my phone thinking, man, Trevor Lawrence already has 10 fantasy points in the first quarter, but the Bills kind of hung in there. Trevor Lawrence couldn't hang on to the ball. He had 2 fumbles. But big takeaway was the Jaguars' defense in this game.
Yeah. I'm gonna push back a little bit on any excuse that you Bills fans want to make that's a jet lag. It's only a 5-hour flight, believe it or not, from Buffalo. So that's like a trip to Seattle. So
I disagree.
what
It's like an 8-hour flight. I've done it before.
from Buffalo though?
Buffalo's not that far from here.
That's true.
It's like an 8-hour flight. It's rough.
Even then, 8 hours, still losing the game. I mean, the only advantage the Jaguars have is playing in overseas 2 weeks in a row. That's
Yeah.
kind of why I took them to win this week.
There is a little bit of excuse there, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, if it did play one factor, I mean, the Bills. What I have written down in my notes is, it's no excuse either. But the Bills did lose multiple defensive players this game.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah.
just falling down, man. It was bad.
Good defensive players too.
Yeah, Matt Milano's now out for the year, so that's sad to see. But this is a little earlier than it usually happens. It usually happens a little later in the year for Buffalo.
Maybe
But
that week 12, 13.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White last week.
Yeah.
yeah, Tre'Davious White's
They lost
out.
two big pieces in back-to-back weeks.
Yep. So yeah, but Trevor, man, he was looking sharp. Yeah, he was just looking sharp this game, man.
That Ridley connection came back this game.
Yeah, they were targeting him a lot. Yeah, even through the questionable play calling that I see sometimes with Jacksonville on 3rd and short, like they just go deep in their bag with these little trick plays on 3rd and short. But just he's going to continue to grow that trust for Trevor. I know it because dude balled out this game.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from this game is, like James said, the Jags' defense. I mean, we talked about and hyped them up, especially coming into the season, how they're young, speedy, like they're a physical young defense, and you definitely saw that in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Diggs' yards were this game, but I mean, to hold the Bills to less than 20 points, like, that's what you need to do to beat this team.
Yep.
I don't care if it's in London and Buffalo and Jacksonville. Like, that's what you have to do to win this game.
Diggs had 120 yards and Gabe Davis had 100 yards.
Oh.
So it's kind of like...
So they gave up the yards. Just, at the end of the day, you don't give up the points. It's like a bend, don't break type of defense. And, I mean, that'll win you games, especially when you have an offense, the offense that they have.
Most of those yards were kind of in garbage time.
Right, like when they drove, at the very end. Yeah. I'll take the next one. I don't even know. We shouldn't even be talking about this game, but there's a reason. The Saints beat the Patriots 34-0. The reason I had this game on here is because this might be one of the last few times this season I think that we deep dive into the Patriots. So I want to give everybody a chance to speak now or forever hold your peace. But the Saints finally scored over 20 in this game. And, yeah, I mean, just heading into I don't even think it's a bold prediction at this point, but I truly do not think Bill Belichick is the coach next year. I don't want to put all the blame on him at all, but I think Robert Kraft's mindset is they're going to give it to that guy, Matt Mayo. Not Matt Mayo. Mayo is his last name. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things from Bill Simmons, and he usually is the plug when it comes to Boston sports. So, yeah. Just what's your thoughts on the Patriots' future or anything you got?
I'm fading the Patriots the rest of the year. I am embarrassed that I even picked them to win this game. I mean, that's back-to-back weeks that Belichick has gotten blown out. And I don't think Mac Jones, I don't know if there's reports yet, but I think there's no way that he starts going forward. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like you
really all
said,
you
there's a
can
reason
say.
why we aren't going to talk about the Patriots much going
Yeah.
forward. I mean, they're in a complete just disaster. Yeah, shambles.
Yeah, so I'll touch on it real quick. We talked about it last week about Bill Belichick's struggles since the Tom Brady era, and it's looking like it's coming more to the light, especially this year. Yeah, they're not playing good football by any means. They don't look good on the field. It's kind of embarrassing to watch. And another thing is just Mac Jones. He's not it. Like he's not been it all year. He had a 7 QBR rating this game, 12 for 22, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Like Nate said, I don't see him starting coming after this week. Patriots, I really feel like are going to be that team that's actually going to hit the rebuild mode, probably the first this year so far in the season. The Saints then, came in and it looked all right. So that's a good thing.
I just want to say, can we get a hallelujah that we will not be talking about the New England Patriots for next couple of years and playoff
Hallelujah.
talks and stuff like that, because it's been a while since we've been able to say that.
Yeah.
But as much as the Patriots suck, I think it was a great takeaway that the Saints were able to take the ball away. We'll transition there. But I think people kind of overlook this Saints defense. They have some veterans on there and some new guys that really force turnovers. I know when I was in fantasy in some leagues this year, I took the Saints defense just because of how easy their schedule is playing that division and the quarterbacks they play this year. But I mean, they're probably a top 10 defense in this league, and when you get Derek Carr going, it could be a sleeper playoff team this year in that weak division.
For sure. Speaking on another, maybe a sleeper playoff team is the Steelers beat the Ravens 17-10. Man, I just want to say this Steelers team is gritty. Like always, man. I mean, it's craziness. Their offense wasn't clicking all game, and time and time again, my biggest takeaway is they've been making the other quarterback make mistakes in key minutes. So if you look back at all the games that they won, they made Deshaun. I mean, that was just a weird game, but Deshaun didn't play great. Then you go to Jimmy Garoppolo throwing 3 picks. And then here at the end with Lamar Jackson, 2 critical mistakes. So, man, that defense is going to keep them in talks and all this, whether we like it or not. I know some of us don't, but they're a good football team. I mean, even with this offense, it's a good football team.
The Ravens shot themselves in the foot. The Ravens wide receivers constantly sold Lamar throughout the game.
It's actually really bad.
Lamar
3 drops, yeah.
had, I believe, like the highest quarterback passing rating this week. And what does it show for? When your receivers are dropping the ball, I mean, he was dropping dimes to them. Aguilar had a big, crucial drop.
Not near there.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like that's really what the game came down to. Like, I understand what you're saying. The Steelers' defense is great. They really will keep them in these games, but they were giving up big plays, and, I mean, Lamar needs more help. You know, he can't really do everything himself. And then when he tries to be Superman, that's when the mistakes happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't got too much to say about this game. I do agree with you. As much as I don't like the Steelers, you got to give it for their defense. I think their defense is super gritty and is the reason that they're even close in some of these games, because if they didn't have that defense, it would not even be close. The game-winning touchdown the Steelers scored wasn't even called by Matt Canada. Kenny Pickett audible in the play, and they scored a touchdown. If you see the booth video, Matt Canada didn't even react to it.
They called it Randy Moss. That's
Yeah.
what they called the play.
Yeah, because he's just making bad plays. He's like, oh, my 2 yards up the middle didn't work, and they got a touchdown out of it. Surprise. So, yeah, he's gone. But their defense is really solid. For the Ravens, yeah, this was one of the worst, probably the worst receiving performance you'll see from a lot of games you'll watch this year. There was like probably 10+ drops this game. It was bad. Like, Lamar really wasn't throwing the ball bad. Like, I remember I lost $1,000 because Mark Andrews dropped in the end zone. Aguilar was dropping it. Bateman was dropping it. There was just a lot of drops all around.
They each had like 2 or 3.
Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I messed up once. Kind of looked like T. Higgins last week, just for everyone on their receiving core this week.
He just loves to throw that shot in there.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, that's not my really takeaways. Lamar has been a really good quarterback, but he just needs his players to make some plays to help him out a little bit.
I mean, you guys pretty much covered it all. Something to think about going forward is this division's wide open.
It is.
You got the Bengals playing well again. I think this could have been like a turning point for the Ravens. They would have went to 4-1, first in the division, but instead you got the Steelers at the top of the division now. You got the Browns on the bye, being 2-2, playing great defense. So This division, like we predicted, is going to be up for grabs. Didn't think the Steelers would be in the position they are right now, but shout out to their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would say real quick, this division is more wide than ever after this last week with every team being super close. Browns come into a matchup this next week against the 49ers with questionable Deshaun Watson, which I don't think will play. So we might be the bottom here soon. And
Long season.
yeah, it's a long season, but I feel like this division we predicted before the season, it's going to be so competitive. It's already tight right now. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, who predicted the Steelers to be
I didn't,
top of the division right
because
now?
they won't end it like that, though. Promise you that.
All right. The next game we got is the Falcons beat the Texans 21-19. You want to start, Kai? I know you had some thoughts.
Yeah, I started this game real quick. First off, I know we were hating a lot on Ritter and how he was playing, but he actually looked pretty decent this game. I mean, Kyle Pitts got actually involved in most receptions on the team, which we want to see on a week-to-week basis. Drake London got the ball. Johnny Smith got the ball. I think that's probably my biggest takeaway for this Falcons team is just giving the playmakers the ball. I mean, everyone, their best players touched the ball, like Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Johnny Smith, B. John Robinson. They all were out in there in the receiving game. If you guys caught that B. John catch at the end, that was pretty gas. I cannot lie.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Yeah, behind the back and took it in. But that's my biggest takeaway for this Falcons team. They actually looked pretty solid with Desmond Ritter this game at least. And their defense coming against a hot C.J. Stroud, they looked pretty decent against them. It was probably C.J.'s worst game in the last 3 or 4 weeks. But on the flip side, yeah, the Texans sold the bag right at the end. I really thought they had it, but yeah, that's basically all I wanted to touch about was really just how the Falcons played really well this game.
Yeah. One thing I took away is we can talk about their style and how we don't like it, but the one thing you do gotta give them credit for is these dudes like to play for Arthur Smith. If you watch their sidelines, like it's just dudes being dudes. They're like smacking helmets and they're like bumping all over each other. Like it's craziness, man. They love playing for Arthur Smith, and they're gonna continue to be competitive for the rest of the year. So
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to take away from this game other than Desmond Ritter 5-0 at home. So I think
Interesting start.
until he loses at home, I think I'm gonna have to hop on the Falcons bandwagon when they're at home.
I'd like to point out that I was the only one who picked the Falcons this week
Yep.
in this
good
game.
job by you, bud.
Like I said, I wouldn't bet against the Falcons at home, especially when they're running the ball well. And it was nice to see, as Kyler was talking about, them get these playmakers involved because you have so many people on that team that are good in every single skill position. And to see them not being used, I know as a Falcons fan that has to hurt from week to week. So once they start getting these people involved and their secondaries playing how they are, it's a dangerous team. And if we can still continue to see this from Desmond Ritter, I think they can take this division.
For sure. The Bengals beat the Cards 34-20.
Come on, Nate, you got it.
You got it, Nate.
Man, it feels good. The offense is back. That's the offense that I've been looking forward to seeing all year. That's the offense that I'm used to just seeing on a week-to-week basis. Before the game, I called a Jamar Chase hat trick.
You did. I remember.
And then
Jamar 3 touchdowns today.
Yep.
He doesn't have the bet slip to back it, though.
I
so.
don't. I should have, though. But, I mean, I understand that it is just the Cardinals, but, I mean, they're a gritty team. They really are. They're going to put you in a competitive game no matter what.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a good feeling, because that's everything clicked that game. And heading into a home game versus Seattle, if everything is clicking like that, I mean, if we can go into this bye 3-3, we're right in the mix of being at the top of the division. And if we just keep that going, that momentum going, we will be, no one's going to want to play us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It looked like, this is the best offensive game the Bengals have had this year. It kind of looked like last year a little bit. We had T. Higgins out due to injury, but And there was no slowing that offense with Jamar. Like he said, he talked it last week. I'm always open, and he was always open. 15 receptions, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was literally a masterclass by Jamar. Just Jamar, that Joey B. Jamar connection's back. Like serious note. Yeah, that's basically it. We just have to keep seeing the Bengals offense hopefully produce like this week after week, and they're definitely in that mix.
And the way Burrow was moving this game, like,
Looked a little bit more healthy.
I have all the confidence in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
He's
running
healthy.
around. He was running around. Yeah, 7-11.
Yep,
So,
always open.
The Chiefs beat the Vikings 27-20. Same old story, man. Just a new week. Just a new week. Yeah, once again we fumble on our opening drive. Imagine that. Just start betting it at this point. Maybe 2 fumbles. I don't know, but just a visual picture in my mind when I try to sleep of Kirk Cousins grabbing his helmet, yelling, because he's still this is like his first time playing at Viking Stadium and he can't hear the play call. I mean, it's ridiculous. The stuff that I've seen is enough to get you in your dreams, man. I'm telling you. I think we've all experienced pain this year, all of us sitting here.
Yep.
But mine feels the worst, I think, just because we are so close. We could be, who knows what we could be. I'm not even going to talk about the hypotheticals anymore. My new outlook is rest Justin Jefferson and play for the best pick.
yeah, I mean, I agree with that statement. What we could be, I don't like that statement, though, because that's the story of my life and my fantasy team. But touching on this game real quick, yeah, Justin Jefferson went down. I believe it was like second quarter or something. He got hurt. So I think he put on the IR this week, and he'll be out for like 2 to 4 weeks or something like that.
4 weeks.
I think it's 4 weeks,
4
yeah.
weeks. Yeah, so that's going to be a shot. Like Dom said, at this point, I mean, it's about time to just honestly just play for a pick and just try to go out with a bang. We'll see what happens with the Kirk situation moving forward. I know the Viking fans all love him, but it is kind of like getting up there in age for him where I could definitely see a quarterback move. The Chiefs, low touch. Mahomes played great this game. He played pretty well. But I don't know. Looking at Mahomes this year, like, it doesn't look like Mahomes of the last couple of years that I've thought about. Like, I don't know. He's definitely still playing really well, but it's just a little bit, I feel like a little bit of slack from Mahomes coming in this year. Maybe that's just,
I mean, I watched every drive of this game. He has no chemistry built up yet.
it
And
doesn't look like it.
comes week 14, 15, I think this offense is going to be right back to normal. Like, but the simple fact is, when Mahomes and Kelsey are both out there, sometimes there's plays where it just looks like they're playing backyard football with the kids, man. The dude just runs up to the line, looks right, looks left, and just twirls around and throws a dart. Like, sickening.
Yeah, that Kelsey and I wouldn't say like Mahomes has been slacking, but I definitely agree with like the chemistry's not built there with all these receivers. You take away Kelsey, and it just looks like the rest of the receiving core is just kind of like plug and play. Like you don't know who's touching the ball. It's really just like I mean, if you look at the receiving catches this game, literally like their whole depth has catching, and then Kelsey has 10 catches. So I don't know. I think I agree with you though, Dom. After a couple more weeks, I mean they're 4-1. Hopefully by I'd say week 12, 13, you'll start seeing like a really good connection for this playoff team.
It's already been talked about a lot, but all I'm gonna say is this is back-to-back weeks that the refs have favored the Chiefs a little bit.
No, that's the story.
Yeah.
James wants to talk about that.
Yeah, James should touch on it, but my personal feeling on it is I know he took his helmet off, but how many times I would just like nobody has it, but how many times has that happened and people it hasn't been called? Like, I'm sure it's a lot.
Well, it doesn't help when T.J. Watt did the exact same thing in their game
Oh, really?
and got flagged for
Oh, I
it.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or even with like that Christian Watson catch, that was not a catch, and they even like reviewed it. They just kept it in. Like that, like his feet were not even in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like weird stuff, little things that can decide a game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the refs?
You said it best.
I think this is I mean, you look at the NFL as a whole. It's a business, right? And it's all about money. And when you got all these new fans coming in, Swifties, I mean, you want to cater to your new fans, and you're going to bring in more money. You're going to bring in more revenue. It's just, I mean, what looks better for the NFL as a whole if Travis Kelce and the Chiefs win or they lose? So, I mean, maybe I'm just speculation, but I think some of that actually does come into play sometimes.
No, it does. I mean, you can see it in game. Like, why are we not reviewing this play? Oh, they got it? Okay. Well, we just live with it. I mean, this is back to back.
I mean, last week with the Jets was a whole lot worse than this week, but
It's still bad.
it makes you just raise those type of questions.
Right. For sure.
It's just
No
see
other
the,
team's getting that treatment. It's almost sad.
I just want to see the refs bet slips. That's all I want to see.
All right, man. Last game. 49ers beat the Cowboys 42-10. I actually fell asleep. Was feeling under the weather and took a power nap, and I'm kind of glad I did. So.
Yeah, my only really thoughts about this is the Cowboys are offense is garbage. Like, Dak Prescott is still not it. I don't think he's going to win you a Super Bowl with him being your realm. Call me crazy, but I really don't. I mean, he played an elite defense probably for the first time this year and got absolutely smoked. I think he threw, 3 interceptions, and a couple of them came, back to back to back. So, I don't know. You Cowboys fans, you guys got a good defense, but even, the offense is getting a little bit frustrated. I've heard more reports about CD getting upset, kind of with his involvement or pass usage. So we'll kind of just have to see it. There's no doubt in this team. They're all talented in the world, but you got to be able to at least compete in these type of games if you want to solidify yourself as a top team in the league.
I think the biggest takeaway from this game is the 49ers are the best team in football. I mean, the Cowboys, especially coming into this week, we thought this was going to be a really competitive game.
Mhm.
Probably a 24-21 or 21-17, something like that.
Mhm.
But for the 49ers to absolutely just smack the Cowboys, that, to me, solidifies that they're the best team in the league.
I agree right now. You take it back your Brock Purdy statement at all?
I do. I think
I think he's almost elite.
I think Glock Purdy does everything that he needs to do in that offense. And he's playing really well. There's nothing to hate on about that.
Let's see what his stats are for the year. He's 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, I did see that earlier. Yep, 0
He has the
interceptions.
best QBR in the whole league right now.
And just the yards after catching that offense is so insane.
Yeah, it is.
It's tough for any defense to stop them.
And McCaffrey keeps the streak alive. I didn't think he was going to get it this game, but he did.
I think that's
14 or 15
16 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's almost like a full season.
It's ridiculous.
And shout out to James, man, because he is our social media guy. Shout out to him.
Shout out.
And he made a little post, and I realized how many 49ers haters there are. Or maybe it's just hate on them while they're up. But y'all keep talking about how, well, the 49ers haven't played good teams. Man, just stop hating.
Yeah,
man.
Chargers.
talking about
A
the
Chargers
Cowboys being
fan
the
said
best
that.
Yeah.
I can talk about the Cowboys being the best team in the league, and they come in there and get spanked, and you have no change of mind.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were Chargers fans.
Yeah, we've been saying that, huh?
And then there's a guy saying the Eagles will beat the Niners right now.
Yeah.
Real quick. Who would you take if they played tomorrow night?
Niners.
Niners.
All day.
Niners.
Gun to my
Okay.
head.
All right. Not a debate.
You got any takeaways from it, James? Or
You guys kind of said it all. I mean,
Yeah.
Dak's he's Dak, man. It's kind of like a sneak peek little trailer for what's going to come in the playoffs in the
Yeah.
divisional round. I mean, this is what you're going to see. We saw it last year. Shout out to George Kittle for his shirt under. I'm not going to repeat what it said, but you love to see that as a Giants fan.
You'd love to see that if you're any fan. That's
Yeah,
not the
and then
Cowboys.
I don't know if you guys saw it. I'll say this real quick about what Micah Parsons was saying on his podcast about we'll be back and laugh now, cry later to the 49ers. Debo actually chirped back and was like, bro, be lucky we stopped when we did type of stuff. I mean, they could have really ran up the score on them.
They did.
I mean,
They
they were
put
putting
Sam
Sam Darnold out there, and it's just you just love to see it,
We'd
man.
love to see it.
You love to see it.
Love to see it, man. Week 6. It's gonna be a good week, man. There's a lot of good games out here for sure. We're gonna start with the Broncos are at the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah. Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs. I don't think there's much of a question.
Yeah, Chiefs, and you can sprinkle in that spread there, that -10.5.
I don't
Yeah, it's a
know.
little
I
yeah.
would honestly like
I can see
maybe
it sneaking.
I could see the over in this game.
It's a catch and sink game for the Broncos for sure. Like,
That over is definitely hitting.
Yeah.
Just because the Broncos offense still kind of puts up some points with Russ.
Yeah,
dude.
Russ gonna
Hey,
do
I
his
actually seen
thing.
a stat today. The problems that the Broncos are having this year are not on Russ. Like, Russ is playing good football.
Yeah.
He actually
Yeah.
I've been
is.
saying that, bro.
He's
He's
been playing good.
Russ is actually cooking.
He is. He's
Just the rest of the
cooking
team
up.
ain't.
But their defense is literally so bad that there's just like it's hard to compete. Russell is good, but he's not 2016 Russ when he had that great defense. But I'm just gonna say right now, like it is what it is.
He's out here cooking in a McDonald's kitchen.
He
You
is,
gotta
man.
get him a little. He's too
I
fancy
mean, I
for
think
that.
their defense is literally bottom of the league, probably worse. Team.
Well, yeah, that doesn't help either when you have like historically a terrible defense.
Like historically bad
Mhm.
defense.
Historically bad?
Like it's very bad.
I mean, they lead the league right now, and I believe rush yards given up.
What
And,
you mean it's historically?
No, it's historically bad.
What we say?
No, I'm.
They should be winning games.
No, he's asking.
They're the reason they won Super Bowl
Yeah,
50.
no, I'm saying
Oh,
like
not. I mean, like
This
their
year.
defense this year is.
Oh,
is
he's
away.
saying,
Oh,
yeah.
Not
okay.
like over time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, pump the brakes there. Okay, I get what you mean. I apologize.
No, he wasn't going at the whole franchise, just the one year.
just
yeah,
this
y'all
season.
got Super Bowls to show for it.
All right, man. This is kind of a like 2 years ago. We're all watching this game. I think we still should. It's the Ravens are at the Titans.
in London.
This is a London game.
In it's
in-
overseas.
It's in Europe. I know
It's,
that.
it's either in
I think it's in Germany.
Germany.
Okay, but
Mm.
man, this is
Tannehill's.
Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
You say Tannehill home game?
I'm kidding. I'm taking the Ravens. Though.
The Ravens. I've been tracking just like who's been giving up the most rush yards and stuff and rushing touchdowns just for research purposes. And I mean the Baltimore defense has like they're one of the best teams in the league at stopping the run. So if the Titans can't establish the run, they have no offense. So give me Baltimore.
That's a good stat.
Gonna make me think about something here. Yeah, give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens too.
All right, man. The Commanders are at the
shot
Falcons. When I saw this game, I just thought of the Spider-Man meme. I think both these teams, I think they look alike, but give me the Falcons. I just, like we already talked about, Falcons at home.
I didn't even think about that. These teams kind of are alike in like similar ways.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
not-
think so.
Maybe not defensive wise, but their offense is kind of similar.
I
It
think
really
so.
is. Well, I kind of like Nate's stat 5-0 at home. I kind of just feel like it's a run back for the Falcons of last week in a different way, obviously, but I'm gonna take the Falcons this week.
Oh, to add on to that 5-0, the year that before he got drafted, he was also undefeated at home at college.
Interesting.
So
So they're home warriors.
hey, like I said, until he loses a home game, give me Desmond Ridder and the Falcons.
Let's make it 6-0. Let's go Falcons.
Falcons, clean sweep.
All right, the Vikings are at the Bears. Man. Give me the Vikings, man. I think Kevin O'Connell's out here playing. I mean, I wouldn't say for his job. We'll probably give him another year, but he's playing. He's going after it for sure. Flores doesn't want to get embarrassed by the Bears. I mean, we're going to blitz the crap out of Fields, and I think we win this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I don't know. I just like the Bears' offense is popping for 2 weeks. I do think the Vikings are going to blitz the crap out of the Bears this week. And Fields might struggle a little bit with that, but I think I'm just going to ride the hot streak with the Bears. I'm taking the Bears this week.
And really quick, like,
With
just
no Jefferson. Sorry.
yeah, no Jefferson, but Flores, like, God love him, but he was even blitzing Mahomes. The dude does not care. Like, he'll blitz everybody. Well, who you got?
For one, I would take the over in this game, even without Jefferson. But give me the Vikings.
We'll take the Bears on this one. Like I said, I think the streak kind of continues with Fields having that Carolina pick. So give me the Bears.
All right, man. Seahawks are at the Bengals. Give me the Seahawks. It's going to be an offensive battle, man.
Give me Bengals minus 2.5.
Going into this game, I was kind of going back and forth because you got the Seahawks coming off a bye. You got the Bengals playing good right now. I almost wanted to take the Seahawks because of how their secondary looked against the Giants, but then again, it is the Giants. So give me the Bengals at home on this one.
No, this one's a tough one, man. Like, I really think this is a tough matchup. It's going to be a good game to watch. My gut feelings tell me Seahawks right now. I'm going to ride with Seahawks this week.
Go with your gut. All right, man. The 49ers are traveling to play the Browns. Yeah, I had wrote down this game's going to be physical as hell, man.
Defense is going to be wild.
I think there's going to be big hits, man. And all right, man.
Trent Williams versus Miles.
If
Garrett.
somebody was to get hurt for the 49ers, I could see it being this game. Like, I hope not, but this is going to be physical. Give me the Niners reluctantly. I know we haven't used that word in a while, so reluctantly.
PJ's probably going to be our QB1 this week. I love the Browns, but you have PJ Walker as your QB1 unless he's pulling that Carolina miracle. I love the Browns so much.
Is that real?
Nah, bro, Watson's playing.
I think Watson's playing.
I don't think Watson's playing.
All reports I've
His
read.
shoulder's, like, bad, apparently.
Oh, really?
So I don't know. It's literally game time decision if he'll play or not.
I might literally just hammer Niners money line right now.
But, like,
Cause wait, I thought he was like a game time decision when they played Baltimore.
apparently his shoulder's worse than people were thinking.
Oh, okay. Because like coming into it, we all thought Watson was going to play
Like, he hasn't even
against
practiced
Baltimore.
him
We
yet.
all picked the Browns,
Yep.
and then they go into the bye. I'm like, okay, he's fully
That's what I
healthy.
thought. Apparently, he's still questionable for this week. Like, he's doubtful. I don't know.
Dang.
We'll see. With how the reports are right now, I really wish. I'm just going to ride the 49ers. It's hard to pick against my own team. It really is.
And he's in the lead, so he's not giving up nothing.
Yeah, I can't.
Like I said, the Niners are playing the best football out of every team right now.
I do
so.
think the Browns' defense will step it up, but I don't know. With questionable at the quarterback for the Browns, we've seen it with Dorian. I don't know how much of an improvement P.J. Walker will be, to be honest.
Yeah, give me the Niners. I would almost take the under in this game as well.
To piggyback off Nate, we'll go Niners on this one, but the over-under's at 38.5. I would actually try to take the over because I think the 49ers have scored 30 points at least in every single game they've played. Especially try to get in early if Watson's questionable because when you have a quarterback like that, you kind of saw what happened with the Ravens game. Puts the defense in a bad position. So kind of like the over on that right now, actually, at 38.5.
It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard because, like, when you guys are watching these videos, we're making them on Tuesday, and more reports will probably come out, like, Thursday or Friday. Won't, like, determine on these players. So
Yeah.
at this very moment, we're taking 49ers. But if Watson was starting, I would honestly probably take the Browns.
You know, I think if Watson was playing, I'd still take the 49ers.
I mean, I don't doubt that. I think it's going to be a good-ass game, but I'm not going to
I'm just
my
messing
own
with you,
team.
Tyler.
My starter's in there.
Oh, man.
Good point.
Saints are at the Texans. Oh, I think this is going to be a battle. Give me the Texans. I just think they have a much better coach. Yeah, give me the Texans.
Yeah. They really shouldn't have lost that game against the Falcons. But with how the Saints played against the Patriots, give me the Texans.
I'm going to, like, even though the Texans lost, they should have won that game. I think CJ's still going to ride this wave. I mean, he looks really good. This team's fun to watch. We already touched on it, but taking the Texans here, I think I really think Derek Carr might struggle a little bit there in this game. Might be a hot take, but I think so.
I'm going to come off as like a Stroud hater, I guess, but I'm going to take the Saints in this one. It's kind of like a home game to them because New Orleans is very close to Houston. A lot of people kind of forget that. And I like how that defense is playing, like I said. And it's not that I'm a Stroud hater or anything like that, but this still is a very young team. So not discrediting how they're playing at all, but I like the more veteran presence team in this one.
I do. That's a great point. With Kamara back too.
Tyler, you can't change your pick after I just,
You just
But
gave
that was a
a
great point though.
He likes it.
he loved it. I should have spoke first.
I do like the veteran against the rookie matchups. So I'm taking Texans. We'll ride it.
Tyrann Mathieu back, by the way. He had a pick 6 last week.
He is back.
No honey badger.
Colts are at the Jags. Gardner Minshew game. He played for the Jags, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Started his career there.
Yeah, drafted by him,
Ooh, I forgot.
Hello,
man.
Gardner.
A little
Revenge
revenge
game.
Give me the
Yeah.
Jags.
You know what? Even with this Jags defense playing the way that it is,
Nate.
my record's already is what it is.
You better
I like
start-
the Gardner Minshew revenge game.
better
Give me
start
the
zagging.
Colts.
Why you
Give
make
me
yourself
the
get like
Colts.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jags all day.
Jags reluctantly, though, because we've seen this team.
Colts they're sneaky.
They're like a roller coaster, dude.
They
they'll
are,
play
yeah.
good one week
They
and then they won't.
play
the
down
next.
to their competition.
But I think you might have to stat check me on this one, but I think the home team has won the past how many games in this matchup, or I think it's the away team. But I'll just scratch that. Give me the Jags. I remember there's a stat I put out there when they played in week 1,
Yeah.
and it was, I think the away team has won every matchup like over the past like 8 matchups or something like that.
I mean, I believe it just because this
They've been
division
bad.
is absolute crapshoot to pick, anyways, and but Dolphins are playing the Panthers. Dolphins are home. The line is, I thought that said no. It's 13.5.
That's a lot of points.
But
Not
give me the
enough.
Dolphins. Yeah, I don't think it's enough.
Dolphins.
Points, man.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Sad about A-Chain though.
That's sad.
Yeah, and Mostert doesn't start or can't go.
Most are in starting this week.
Well, he's questionable.
He's questionable.
He'll play.
Give me the Dolphins too, and the points.
The Patriots are at the Raiders. This is a losers leave town match, but one of these teams have already left town, I think. Give me the Raiders, man. We're back, baby. Can I say we're back?
I'm gonna stick to my theme of revenge games. Give me the Josh McDaniels, Jimmy Garoppolo revenge game.
Okay.
Jacoby Myers too. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, Jacoby Myers. He played really good last night.
He's gonna convert a revenge game for signing Juju over him for the same contract.
Yeah.
And Juju's done nothing. Like I want to pick the Patriots, I really do, but they've just been so bad, like absolutely so bad. I'm taking the Raiders.
The Lions are at the Bucks.
Wait, did you get James pick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Raiders too.
Oh,
on
I
this
thought
one.
it went my fault. The Lions are at the Bucks. Man, I thought about this one for a while.
Yeah, me too.
Lions.
All right.
I'm still thinking. Y'all go ahead.
You trying to get me to persuade you on my pick, or is that what?
This
All right, give me
game-
the Lions, man.
No, this
I hate to
game
say it.
might genuinely be a shootout. Like I could see this game being like 30 plus each team.
Yeah.
Give me the team at home with the edge, and I'm gonna take the Buccaneers.
Not a bad pick.
I'm gonna describe this in the way Dom would want me to put it. So we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off the bye, and Detroit Lions coming off a ferocious win against the Carolina Panthers. So, a couple things to look at in this game is how Baker Mayfield's playing and how Jared Goff's playing. The Lions have a bunch of injuries. We don't know if Jahmyr Gibbs going to play. It doesn't look like St. Brown's going to go for the Lions, and Tampa Bay's healthy right now. Besides, I don't think Mike Evans is going. But with that being said, we'll go Lions here.
3 Lions.
No Mike Evans. That's kind of.
I know
So
he was
I'm
dealing
still
with
gonna
some
rock with the
hamstring. I
Bucks.
think he's out. A
It's
couple
too
more
late now to
weeks.
say sorry, Nate.
Nope. Chris Godwin, 100+ yards. You heard it here first.
If you'd like me to go first, I can fill you in on the details,
No, I
injuries,
don't.
and everything.
I don't know.
All right, next game.
This is the week I go 16-0.
I actually
15
did good
now.
last week. I think I went I only missed like 3 games. I think.
Yeah, you missed
Pretty
3.
good. All right. Anyway, next game lineup: Cardinals versus the Rams. This is no question, no brainer. I'm taking the Rams with Cooper back.
What's the spread on this game?
-6. Dang near take the spread too. I think the Rams are with that match.
I wouldn't take the
I wouldn't
spread.
take the spread
I'm
either.
taking the
Like I
spread.
said, the Cardinals are such a feisty team.
Cardinals, I think, are 4-1 against the spread this year.
I believe it.
3-2.
I just think with how this Rams offense is playing though, even though they didn't score too much against the Eagles, like they still put up numbers. So yeah, give me the Rams. It's not a home game.
I'm a huge Rams fan right now. They might be my second team, as Dom is for the Raiders, because our teams are just dumpster fires.
You got to pick other ones.
Just gotta love that Cooper Kupp guy, man. Love having him back. So we're gonna go the Los Angeles Rams.
Ramses. Go Rams. Eagles are at the Jets. Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm hoping for the Zach Wilson to continue playing well, but I think this blitz is going to destroy him. Taking the Eagles here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles, but something to look out for is Eagles have a couple easy games before they get into like the heart of their schedule, and I think we could see a hiccup in these next couple weeks with how they're playing. Their time of possession, I think, is what is winning them games right now. But there comes a time where you're going to play a team that's very good against the run. If they play a team like the Ravens right now, I think we'd see their first L of the season.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Giants are at the Bills. Bills.
Yeah, there's not Bills.
Roger Goodell, if you're watching this, please stop putting the Giants on prime time. I'm sick of watching my team getting beat by 20 points on late nights in front of the whole world to see. Give me the Bills.
And that's how you have to like fall asleep too.
Yeah,
You
just
know.
fall asleep crying. It's great.
And then our last game of the slate: Cowboys versus Chargers.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Easy.
I think will be a good game of the week. You got the Cow. All right, I'm gonna take a little risk here. I'm gonna go with Chargers. I really think the Chargers might come out with this one.
Yeah, you want me to go? I'll go before you.
Yeah,
before
go
you.
ahead,
All
man.
right. So I went Chargers here. I went kind of back and forth with this one, but I like the Chargers coming off the bye. Maybe Staley went fishing and had a come to Jesus moment or something that gets this team going. But the only reason I'm reluctant on it is because of what happened to the Cowboys, what they did to the Patriots after the Arizona loss. But they do have to travel to Los Angeles against that ferocious home crowd. So give me the Chargers.
I like the Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. There's that
Okay.
we've been talking about the Chargers having no fans all year. Well, there's Cowboys fans everywhere. This is about to be a sea of navy blue. The Cowboys want to prove some people. Dak might still throw a couple picks, and I think they win, man. What you got?
You got Nate.
I'm gonna take, even though I was talking my smack about that Chargers fan earlier.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
All right, man.
Chargers, 3 Chargers, 1 Cowboy. It's kind of feel like the Chiefs of last week. I was
Yeah.
confused.
Right. Yeah. Does anybody have a parlay? If
I
not,
I do not.
you do.
Yeah.
I was going to cook something up live after going through these games, getting a little more knowledge in my head. So
All right, well, I'll let you cook up. real quick.
We got Nate with a parlay he has, right?
Yeah,
I
so
got one.
I don't
Yeah,
think
go
everything's out yet, but give me Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown with the 49ers money line, and then you're gonna parlay that with the Falcons money line, B. John Robinson anytime touchdown.
Actually, I'll do a little quick parlay that I'm just thinking off the top of my head of touchdown scores that I like for this week. Number one, we're going to start with Cooper Kupp. He's going to tear up that young Cards secondary.
I can see that.
Cooper Kupp's a lock for a touchdown. Another one I do got, I don't like the Christian McCaffrey, I'm not going to lie. This is Browns defense. I don't. But another one I'm going to take is, so we got Cooper Kupp. Let's go with David Montgomery. I mean,
Okay.
they just love slamming him 40 times the ball. It's almost an easy touchdown. We'll take him. And then we'll go with a little Devontae Smith action. He didn't get one last week. I had him. I liked him.
He's due.
I like him playing against DJ Reed instead of Sauce in the secondary because Sauce is going to be primaried on AJ. So I think it's going to leave Devontae with those things. So we're going to go with David Montgomery, Devontae Smith, and Cooper Kupp for any touchdowns this week.
He is due. My parlay, real quick. Browns alt spread plus 8.5. Vikings to cover minus 2.5. Raiders money line, and Jags minus 6.5.
I actually like that.
The odds are plus 921. So, ride with me.
All right. So what I got for you guys is a 4-leg NFL teaser. All right, we're going to start off with the 49ers -1. We got the Dolphins -9. We got the Saints +3. And we got the Rams -2.5. And that's going to be plus 333 odds, plus 333. And wager 30 gives you a payout of 130. So kind of a little safe bet. Liking the teasers lately, especially with some of these games that have been high points like the Dolphins and the Panthers, just to play it a little safe.
Okay.
That was great.
We'll make some TikToks about like parlays.
So,
That was a great episode, y'all. The only thing I got before we end is hit that notification bell so you know when we post. But yeah, y'all. Peace.